Hi friends, today we are going to discussing what are the Selenium suits presented on particular on that we are discussing today as a video. And previous video we discussing about the introduction of the Selenium. And that Selenium is a suite of software tools that are suits. What are the tools presented? IDE, RC, WebDriver and Grid. Today we are discussing in these four parts. And it is an open source and we can mainly use it functional and regression testing purpose. Selenium was created by Jason Hackis in 2004. Selenium WebDriver was created by Simon Stewart in 2006. Selenium supports various operating systems and Selenium supports various browsers, and Selenium supports various programming environment writing programs. And so history, Selenium is the first coming to the life in 2004. In 2006, Selenium WebDriver was launched Google. In 2008, the whole Selenium team and decided to merge the Selenium WebDriver with Selenium RC in order to form a more powerful Selenium tool. Okay, and that Selenium we have two versions released, and previously currently Selenium 3 versions are released, but third version is in a beta version, and we need to wait one more time, and that they want to release a full version because third version some modifications are required. That's why they are released as a beta version. And the first version we have Selenium plus RC, Selenium RC plus Selenium Grid. These contents are presented. And Selenium 2.0, Selenium IDE, plus RC, Selenium RC, Selenium WebDriver and Grid. These contents are presented Selenium 2, and we will discussing on the Selenium tools suite. We are already see the suite. What are the suites presented in the 4 items presented, which is Selenium IDE, and second one Selenium RC, third one Selenium WebDriver, fourth one Grid. And we are discussing is the theory part. We will discussing later into the practical how to use on the we will discussing that later, but now this video is content saying it's a theoretical part. First one, Selenium ID. What Selenium ID is presented? It is a Firefox browser plugin use it to create and execute test cases. Selenium ID is basically it is a Firefox browser plugin used to create and execute the test case. We can't create using any Chrome ID, it will not present it, but we need to use only Firefox. Other places it won't be work. What are the features presented? Selenium ID features. What are the features are presented? Create test cases, edit test cases, execute test cases, debug test cases, enhance test cases, export test cases to other format like Java, C#, .NET, like etc. These are the Selenium Suite IDE features. So we can create the test case, we can edit the test case, we can execute the test case, we can debug the test case, enhance the test case, and export the test case. If we have features, there is also some drawbacks, right? Drawbacks is it supports only Firefox browser only. It does not support programming logic. It does not supports the data driven testing. It is not suitable for complex test case design. These are the drawbacks. Second one, Selenium RC is an outdate because RC they measure in Selenium WebDriver. We are going to discuss Selenium WebDriver. It is not part of right now because nowadays no one can using on that. Selenium WebDriver. It is a programming interface. What is Selenium? What is Selenium means? It is a programming interface to create and execute test cases. Okay, it is a programming interface. We can see that how we can use on the Selenium and how to utilize and our program. In future, what are the features in the Selenium web driver supports various programming environments to write a program. That means we have Java, .NET, Perl and PHP, that are the programming languages. It supports that all the programming languages. And Selenium supports various operating systems. This previous we saw right on Selenium few points which are the Selenium automation testing. The same way here Selenium WebDriver supports various operating systems. It supports various browsers and different programming languages. These all can support, and it is also Selenium supports data driven testing. Selenium support data driven testing. If you have positive and negative also present, right? Drawback. What is the drawback? It does not generates details test report. Selenium does not support the detailed test report. It is not a central maintenance object is not presented. These are about the Selenium, and it is on a grid. Grid is basically Selenium grid is used to execute test across multiple browsers, operating systems, and mocking in parallel. This is the grid. That's all about the grid, and we will discuss in the grid how to use multiple system, how to it supports the multiple system, execute the parallel test execution. Basically they created is a grid is a parallel test execution, means we have shoot 100 test cases. We need to execute 100 in one system. It will take load burden of the system, and we need to take the remotely another system, and we need to execute that all the test cases in parallel and multiple systems. A WebDriver is basically supports the different operating system, browsers, language, and data driven testing also support. But it has a very big problem with drawback is it does not support a detailed test report. And idea also we have, and we can see the idea how to set the environment setup and everything. We need to discuss on later videos. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please like my video. Thank you.